Hello there. We'll continue with sketching techniques where we create a sketch and draw stuff in 2D and then extrude it. Specifically, I want to focus on two things with this video. We're going to use the offset tool. We'll actually review the trim tool. I've shown you a little bit of it. And I'm also going to show you how to sketch on other faces. So we'll start with the offset tool. And sometimes I call the offset tool the cookie cutter tool because it's a great way to make cookie cutters. So we will start by making a cookie cutter. So we need a new sketch, and we'll go back to drawing on the floor. And this time I'm going to make a heart. And so this will give me the opportunity to remind you how to make a 3-point arc. Come on, mouse. My mouse isn't following me very well. Okay, I'll start here. So click the two endpoints of the arc, and then you can control the depth of it. So I'll go about there. Now I'm going to make another arc from that point to this point and try to get the same depth. Okay, now I'm going to take the line tool. This is going to be a funny looking heart. But that's okay. We'll go here and here. So there's my heart that's a little bit triangular, which is okay. It will still serve our purpose. So the offset tool is right here. And what it does is it makes concentric shapes. And it does so, it needs to select a curve or an edge. So if I select this edge, I get this double-headed arrow, and I can make a copy of it, either inside or outside. I'm going to click cancel for a second to emphasize something that I've seen beginners have problems with. When you go to select, it's really important you select the edge and not the inside. So if I select the edge, you can see that it gets highlighted. So there, I click the edge, then I have my dial, then I can pull it out, and when I click OK, I have a concentric, funny looking heart. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to push this over to the side a little bit. And that's not working. Let me hit escape. I'll just pan to the side. Okay, we're going to make something else that we'll use the offset tool with. We're going to make a snowman. So I'm going to start with a circle, and then a bigger circle, and then a bigger circle. And I'm going to use two rectangles to make the hat. So I'll make a flat part of the hat. Oops, I forgot to click. And I will make the taller part of the hat. Okay, so all of this would be really fun to make the concentric shape of this, but we can't do it until we get rid of all of the intersecting lines. And I chose this on purpose so that you'd have to use the trim tool. Now the trim tool only works if you're working in the same sketch. So it was important that I didn't leave the sketch because all of these shapes are in the same sketch layer. So now when I move my trim tool over one of those intersecting lines, it turns red. So I can delete all of the intersecting lines inside and just be left with the outline of the snowman. I am going to turn off show constraints. It's part of the sketch palette. Makes it a little cleaner since we're not focused on constraints. So if you didn't see how I did that, the sketch palette opens when you open a sketch. Mine was hidden against there, and so you can turn constraints on and off. You can do the same thing with dimensions if you want to. Anyway, so if I go back to the offset tool, I click the outside and I'll pull it out a little bit. That actually doesn't work very well. Let's see if I can pull it inside. Yeah, it's a hard one to do. I'm going to make it really close. Okay, so I have two things where I'm seeing the outline. If I finish sketch and decide that I want to extrude something, watch what happens when I extrude only the outside. So if I go to extrude, it's looking for me to click a face. I have that inner face, which I could do, but it doesn't, if I did that, then why bother making the offset? But really what I do is I want to take that outer offset face, and if I pull it up and hit OK, you can see that we just made a cookie cutter, which is kind of fun. Not surprisingly, we have this new body, that's the heart cookie cutter, and our sketch turned itself off, so we currently can't see our snowman. I don't like that view. Try this view. No, I don't like that view either. Try this view. Well, anyway. Let me turn my sketch back on so we can see my snowman. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to choose extrude. I don't want the interface, I want the edge. Sorry, I want the face on the outside. You don't want to click one of these edges, you want to click one of the faces. So I'm going to click the face that forms that outer wall and zoom out a little bit and orbit a little bit so I can see my extrude arrow, and then I can pull it up, and now I have a snowman cookie cutter too. So you're going to make either one of these cookie cutters. Actually, I think I want you to make the snowman cookie cutter. So I'm going to stop this video. I'll have a third video for the staircase you're going to make, but I want you to make this snowman cookie cutter. Again, when you turn it in, make sure I can see your body's expanded. Make sure your sketch is extended and turned on. Okay, and you can snip that and put it in your notebook. But I'll be back with one last instruction.